And he's walking around, asking people for money. And he's like limping like this. He's doing this kind of thing. Right? And he comes up to me, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna ask me for something. And I was like, hey. And he's like, he doesn't even say anything. He's like that. And I was like, okay. So I reached into my pocket, and I forgot all about like the gold dollar in my pocket. I just assumed I had like something. So I reached in there, and and I realized, I'm like, wait a second, this is the gold dollar. It's like, and I didn't want to give it to him. And I was like, oh. And so I don't know how long, it could have been like a whole minute. I stood there staring at his hand, thinking about this, and I was like, fine, whatever, it's a dollar, right? Even though it's gold, it's a dollar. So I pulled it out, and I was like, all right, here you go. This is that new gold dollar. And as I'm trying to explain, like, this is what they're talking about, and he's like, took it, put it in his pocket, and walked away, right? And I was like, whatever, I'll get another one someday. And so I go into Subway, and I order my sandwich, and then I'm like, you know what, that was pretty good of me to get rid of something I was hanging on to, and he could really use it, some poor homeless guy. So I get my sandwich, and I look out the glass window, expecting to pat myself on the back, good job, John. And I look and I see him in the parking lot, he's just gathering some more money from this other lady, and then as she walks away, he puts it in his pocket, stands up, goes like this, walks normal to a car, and sits into the driver's side. And out of the back, catty corner to him, hops out this other dude, and he starts limping and walking around asking for money. And I was like, I was like, what? My gold dollar! He's not even homeless, he has a car? And so anyways, I grabbed my stuff, I paid for it, and I went out there and I just beelined it straight to his car, right? Like, I don't know what it looked like, right? I just stormed over to his car. And as I got closer to the driver's side, I saw there was another dude here and a dude there. And that guy was approaching quickly. And I was like, I'm going to get into a fight. And I started thinking in my head, I'm like, all right, if this guy tries to open it, I'm going to kick it into him. He's going to try to get here. I'm starting to get into kung fu mode, right? I get down, and then this guy just hops back in the car, and I'm like, oh, I thought he was going to come around and try to jump me. And I was like, I think they're scared. And so, no. And then I see his ashtray, right? It's opened up, and it's full of this change, just tons of change. And then I'm like, I want my gold dollar. He's like, no. I was like, it might be in there. And he's like, starts patting the ashtray. No. I'm like, what? You're not even looking for it. And then finally I just got so frustrated that I reached into his car, grabbed as much change out of the ashtray as I could, stepped out, and I kicked his door, and I was like, get the hell out of here. And he drove off. And I put all that change in my pocket. It's like, shh. It's like,